So, this is my first video to talk about things that happen when we go to Milonga. Obviously, it's an at-home video. I'm here in my at-home clothes, mate in hand, and we are going to talk about something that has been going on since the dawn of Tango, the Cabeceo. What happens? Most people know that at a Milonga, the Cabeceo is the way that men communicate with women and agree to dance a tango, whether it's a waltz, milonga, or tango. This can include a chacarera, and this way, we dance. Now, the Cabeceo is a tool that helps people choose with whom they want to dance, whether they're asking or accepting. For example, a woman looks at a man when she wants to dance. If she's sitting far away from him, she belongs to look a few seconds. If he responds, we can assume that he wants to dance. Now, the man makes a gesture that can be or there are several ways to accept. Everyone has their own version of the Cabeceo. Now, the women accept with a yes, with a smile, with a sure, with a wink. In this way, we meet on the floor and start to dance. So, what happens when things aren't quite this clear? For example, you look at a man, he returns your gaze, and then he lowers it. Immediately, this is a response. What can it mean? I don't want to dance with you. I don't want to dance this taunt with you. Or, sincerely, I don't want to dance with you, I am not interested. The same thing happens with women when a man looks our way. We might look back, or we might look down, take a sip of our drink, look for something to eat. It's really very simple, and in this manner we negotiate all night. Perhaps there's a guy we really want to dance with, so we keep looking at him until we eventually get what we want. Our look might not be as good at the beginning of the evening, but sometimes this does pan out. Now, what bothers me most are the men who do not respect these codes and come looking for you at your table. They're in the minority, but yeah, it can happen. Sometimes it's an older guy who is more than familiar with the codes and clearly just chooses to ignore it. Or it's a foreigner or a younger guy. The horror. Now, we women who have a lot of experience at Milongas and have everything all quite clear find it very annoying when someone comes to our table to ask us to dance. It puts us in the incredibly uncomfortable position of having to say no in front of everyone, including the men who are no doubt watching from the other side of the room. So, what is it that we feel? Sometimes it's a crushing guilt. Sometimes it's actually satisfying to turn them down with a no. And other times, we feel ashamed due to the fact that the guy obviously didn't understand the codes and hasn't even looked our way one time that night. And that is how some men break all of the established barriers of respect. Agony. Now, I, as a milonguera, have experienced all these feelings. I have said yes, and I have said yes. And sometimes I've even been happy that they came to look for me at my table. In general, the people outside Argentina are those who most need to learn to use the Cabeceo, because foreigner women, as well as Argentine women, know that that is how a man invites you to dance. So I ask that all men please relax. Sustain your glances at us, and don't take everything so personally. And if you use the Cabeceo, things are going to flow when someone on the other side of the room returns your gaze. Please, don't go to a table to ask someone to dance, because it puts us in that incredibly uncomfortable position, and it makes it even worse for the people who are using the codes. The men who have been waiting all night on the other side of the room to dance with us, and using the Cabeceo. Only to have it ruined by some idiot who comes barging up to our table to ask us to dance. Please, let's learn to use the Cabeceo. It's really very easy. There are worse things, such as learning algebra or taking driver's ed. Really. Let's not make a mountain out of a molehill. Learn to use the Cabeceo and things are going to flow when you meet on the dance floor and start to dance.